you guys, happy day. So today's video, I thought that I would just do a quick life update, kind of just, I don't know, Kathleen Lights has a thing that she calls random rambles. It's kind of like that, or I think I've seen some people say like a stream of consciousness video. Like, this is just me catching you guys up on what's going on in my life and what's going on in my head and all of that. So I have my Survivor mug with some coffee in it. Side note, Survivor starts September 25th, next Wednesday. Mark your calendars. Like, block out the day to watch Survivor because I'm so excited for this new season to start. And without further ado, grab your cup of coffee, grab your tea, grab your water, your soda, whatever it is, and please join me in this fun little combo that we're about to embark on. So, I started grad school, as many of you guys know, and that's going really well. After today, I'll be 5 weeks in and only 11 more to go of this semester, which is good and exciting. I have been really enjoying my classes. I've been making friends. I've been, doing well so far. So there's nothing inherently wrong with grad school or bad about it. The one thing I'm still struggling to deal with is trying to find sort of my new normal, because I don't know. No, yeah, I've mentioned this I think, but as you guys know, I'm a triplet, and both of my sisters moved out, and so one of them moved to a different state and the other one just moved a couple hours away. But because of that, things are just a little different. This is the first time in my life that well, it's not the first time I've lived away from them, but it's the first time that we all three have lived away from each other, and that has just been different. And we talk all the time, and it's not, I really don't I miss them, but because we talk so much, I don't like actually feel feel like I'm missing them, which is nice. And I still see them often, and in fact, I'm going to Colorado October 5th to go see AJR, and there I'll be able to see my sister. So all of that is all good and fun. But I have just been dealing with kind of like trying to process this feeling of it being different. Like this, it's just, my life feels very one note right now because my community has severely declined, which is okay. Like, again, I'm making new friends. I know I'll find new community, and I'm so thankful. I have friends that are still here to hang out with, and that has been a tremendous amount of support for me to be able to go and still see those friends that are around. But there's just not as many of them, and so that's different. And as I've talked a little bit about on this channel, just a little over a year ago, I went through a really big transition out of this church that I was a part of, and this last year of processing that was really difficult. I don't think I even did a very good job of it, honestly. I didn't realize how kind of traumatic that whole experience was on me, and so I now still haven't found a new church to be super planted in, and I do think that there's one that I am gonna try to go to more consistently, and like slowly but surely I'm really excited about the potential to plant roots there. But at the moment, I don't have like a home church, and being that my faith is so important to me and such a big part of my identity, I do think I feel a little bit like something's missing in my life. And so that's been very difficult, and I still try to, live stream church services, but it's just not the same. And also, of course, having glaucoma, not being able to drive, that makes it pretty difficult to commit to going somewhere, because I kind of have to commit where someone else commits so that I can have a ride, whether it's my family or my friends. And so it's just been a little bit trial and error, and it's just taken a lot longer. I also didn't anticipate my own sort of wounds and my own pain and how long it would take to heal from all of that. So I've had a hard time committing to going somewhere because going to church, doing the church thing is actually really hard for me now. Like, there's a lot of things that kind of trigger the trauma that I experienced in when I left, and I'm really afraid to get committed somewhere and be hurt all over again. And so, I mean, that's also why I feel like I haven't made as many faith-based videos lately. For a while at the beginning of the year, like, my intention was to consistently, you know, make one video a week about my faith, whether it was about, you know, church notes or about what God was speaking to me, about, you know, different Christian books I was reading, like whatever it was. I was hoping to be able to do that, but I've kind of had to take like a step back from my faith, and I've really been in this season of deconstructing what I believe, why I believe it. And although my faith in God, my belief in God has not changed at all, my belief in what the church should look like, my belief in Christianity as like a religion, my belief in what it means to be a Christian, what my life should look like if I am a Christian, what I should and shouldn't do, like all of those things are things that I'm still figuring out, and it's been really difficult. Like I'm still testing the waters a little bit, and I feel like some changes in my life have been for the good and some are, you know, still in question. So it's been a really odd season with all of those different factors, you know, contributing to it. And so I can say that over the last 6 months or so, I've done a lot of growth and change, and I don't feel like I am the same person that I was a year ago, that I was when I started this channel, and I'm trying to figure out how that will impact these videos. I'm trying to figure out, like, in many ways I feel like I've grown into a more confident, more self-assured version of myself, which is great. In other aspects, I think I'm in a bit of what is known as like role conflict. So right now I feel like I'm taking on a lot of different roles, and they're kind of all conflicting with each other. And one thing that I didn't realize until recent, so I'm in grad school, as I mentioned. I'm studying to become a clinical mental health counselor. One thing that didn't occur to me was that when I start working with clients, I'm not going to be able to make YouTube videos. I'll have to private all my videos because of self-disclosure and because of just kind of like client counselor boundaries. I can't have anything on the internet that, you know, my future clients could see, and that could affect my effectiveness as a mental health counselor. So that in itself is presenting role conflict, because if I continue to walk in the role of becoming a clinical mental health counselor, then I will have to no longer have this role and this hobby of making YouTube videos. And luckily I don't have to, you know, make any quick decisions this moment. I have still a couple years left of this program, and I'm not going to be working with clients anytime soon. I'm still, you know, in the classroom, academics and all that. And obviously this is just a hobby for me. It's not a career. Making YouTube videos, I'm not monetized, and so unfortunately, I guess where I'm leaning is, you know, unless for some reason my channel does show some potential for this to become a career, I'm gonna have to walk away from it, and that's gonna be hard for me because I've mentioned, like, this has been my most healthy outlet, I would say, that I've had in my life the past few years, and I've been able to do what I'm doing right now and sit here and process what's going on in my life, and also, you know, be able to find a lot of support and encouragement through you guys. So when that day comes, it'll be a hard day, but I'm not going to think about it right now because, again, it's not relevant. I don't have to make any decisions in the moment, but it's just things that I've been pondering. So experiencing role conflict within my faith because, you know, I've been really like trying to figure out, you know, yes, I still believe in God. I still believe that despite its flaws, like at its purest form, Christianity is where I will find my calling and where I'll find fulfillment in life. It's also, you know, I do believe that God's going to heal my vision and restore it one day, and so I'm still believe in the power of miracles. Like, none of that has wavered. But knowing that if I believe these things, how should my life look? And I don't think it looks the way it should. Like, how can I live my life to still be an effective Christian? And it's really hard sometimes to figure out, you know, yes, I still pray, listen to worship music, you know, read Christian books. Like, I still have ways to exercise my faith, but I'm not reaching people. Like, I'm not really actively pouring into anyone. I'm not actively, like, you know, bringing people to Christ. And so where, like, I'm clearly missing something. I'm not exactly sure how to fix it. And so there's just been that. And even, you know, I always want, you know, one thing is I always try to be very authentic to what I'm going through. And I've been feeling a bit conflicted on where do I still model my faith in a healthy way, in a positive way, because I never want my own struggles or tough seasons to give anyone reasons to doubt that God's real. Because a lot of people in my life, you know that my whole life I've tried to put God at the center of it. I've been very outspoken about my faith. And right now in my life is the first time that I've been a little bit distant from that, where, you know, if people look at my life from like a bird's eye view, they're not seeing me in church. They're not really seeing me talk to other people about my faith, except maybe here on YouTube or something. But there's definitely, I've just been in a tough season, as I've said, and so I'm trying to figure out where my role as a Christian, but my role as a flawed human, like where they meet, because I never want to, I'm not trying to mask that, oh, I'm a Christian and life is good and like everything I do is for Jesus, because I'm fully aware that my life is not accurately that at the moment. You know, right now I am very hurt, very confused, very unsure about many things when it comes to God and when it comes to what I need to do to be a Christian, but also like what I'm willing to do, because, you know, I listened to a lot of spiritual leaders and mentors when they said do XYZ, and those same people have turned their back on me and have not modeled forgiveness and grace in the way that I feel like it should have been. And I don't think that our human flaws can discredit our faith. And so when people tried to point out every little misstep that I was taking or any little thing I did that they disagreed with to completely discredit my faith, that was really hard. I don't want to do that to anybody. Like, I don't want to, you know, anyone to feel that from me. Because of that, I've had a hard time being a super bold Christian, because how am I supposed to sit here and tell people what God thinks about, you know, I don't want to be the voice of God if it's going to be inaccurate. Like, I'm feeling very reserved to claim anything in God's name without knowing for sure it's coming from Him and His heart, because I saw a lot of people doing that, and I don't necessarily agree that what they were saying was of God or what they think God would have done or handled it in a way. Like, I didn't necessarily agree with that. I didn't think it was lining up with scripture, and I think there's always, you know, going to be disagreements. There's always going to be division, and that's really sad. Like, there shouldn't be division. It should be, we should all be unified in the sense that we're all humans. We all suck. Like, we all can't do it without God, and we're all going to have missteps, and I wish we could all operate in this place of humility, but obviously that's not realistic, and unfortunately Christianity lends itself to becoming self-righteous because, well, if I'm a Christian and I'm doing all the right things and God loves me and my life is going to be better than ever because of it, and anyone who's not following God is missing out, like, that perspective is hard to stay humble and to have healthy boundaries within how to love people while also believing that there is a way of living life that is kind of correct or better than another way. So I don't know, as you see, there's a lot going on in my head. I don't want to make this video a million years long, but that's where I'm at in life. I'm feeling a lot of role conflict. I'm feeling like, although I have a lot of good days, I'm also having a lot of bad days at the moment. But I am actually feeling very excited about making YouTube videos. I'm still in a place of feeling very motivated to keep posting content for you guys, and like, this is something that gives me joy, that again is a good outlet for me. So I'm definitely going to keep doing that, but just know, like, I'm trying to be my most authentic self to you guys. I don't want to hide anything about what's going on in my life, but I'm also trying to maintain good boundaries because I don't want to bring anyone down in my own personal kind of like tough season. And I really think this year is going to be a year of growth for me, so I'm kind of excited like that I'm going to have these videos to be able to look back on and, you know, acknowledge this season of confusion I'm in, but one day the answers will become clear, and I think that's exciting to me. Like, this will all make sense. Like, God's everything always is, you know, will work out for the good of His plan, and I know that God will reveal all that in His timing. But right now, in this moment, things are just a bit off for me, and I just wanted to be open with you guys about that. So I, for the first time, am feeling a little bit unsure about if I'm pursuing the right thing in grad school. I'm feeling unsure if I'm capable enough, you know, if I'm smart enough, if I'm good enough to even get my master's. I'm feeling conflicted about where I want to live in the future. Do I want to stay here? Do I want to move to a different state? Like, I'm really contemplating what the future holds, and it's really difficult because if I could snap my fingers, like, and I could do YouTube full time, I could be married to like the man of my dreams, have like the perfect family, live close to my family and my sisters, and have like a new puppy. Like, yeah, of course, if I could snap my fingers and do all those, I feel like, you know, I would be so happy, but that's not realistic. And right now, this is where I'm at, and I have to be content with that. And so I am, like, I'm okay, but that's where my head's at. I hope that wasn't too rambly, but that's my honest life update for y'all. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment, start some conversation, and I'll see you guys in my next video.